takeaways from last night. But, Steve, you brought up a good point earlier on. What we're not seeing in those highlights, it sort of looked like Bucky fumbled the ball and then the Falcons just marched on the field. No, the Buccaneers had a chance to seal this thing, Steve, and I think that's why it's so devastating for them. And when you see Baker and just, I mean, the look on his face, it was really over for the Falcons, and they stormed back in. Just speak to what happened there at the end that we didn't see.
Well, two big things. I mean, Jesse Bates, who had 2 punch-outs, the second of which he knocks the ball away from Bucky Irving. The Falcons don't score. The Buccaneers end up getting the ball back. Then you talk about the Levante David interception. On that next drive, they had a holding penalty on guard Graham Barton. That not only moved the ball back into punting range, out of field goal range, but it stopped the clock. The Falcons got to hold on to a timeout. That allowed them to go down and drive to send the game into overtime. But I want to mention something, too, that Kirk Cousins talked about. They won the coin toss, and they got the ball. That offense was rolling to send the game to overtime. That's why it's no surprise that they were able to go down there and score that touchdown. It was just very intriguing. Matt, on the Baker Mayfield aspect of things, he was just unbelievable in the first half. And the fact that they couldn't close it out. I mean, this is a learning lesson. The Buccaneers were real banged up on some spots on both sides of the ball. But the way Baker Mayfield has played has been fantastic. And you know who he used to throw the ball to a couple years ago in Cleveland? KhaDarel Hodge, who caught the game-winning touchdown. Hodge started out with the Rams, undrafted rookie, signs a deal to go to be a special teamer in Cleveland, catches a few passes from Baker Mayfield, ends up catching the game winner in a little bit of coincidence from Kirk O'Chains in Atlanta.
Talking about Baker Mayfield, in the segment they talked that Baker Mayfield likes to watch Mike Tyson. He watched Mike Tyson highlights before the game. This was a classic heavyweight bout that we all got to experience last night. And my brother KB said a word earlier in this segment, mahalo. I just want to say mahalo to the Atlanta Falcons, which means thank you in Hawaiian. I want to say mahalo to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for what we were able to experience. I also want to say mahalo to Terry Fontenot. So Terry Fontenot is the general manager for the Atlanta Falcons. He was with us in New Orleans when I was there. I know he got a lot of heat with the whole draft process, but I think we can honestly say that what he has put together over there in Atlanta is nothing short of amazing. Darnell Mooney has come alive in Atlanta. He's become that Batman to the Robin for Kirk Cousins and company. It's such a beautiful thing to watch this guy's career just flourish there in Atlanta. I was with him when I was in Chicago, but to watch him come alive, to watch him find a little niche there in Atlanta has been so nice. And again, it's just credit to Terry Fontenot for the type of recruitment and the type of team that he's built there down in Atlanta. So, man, shout out to Terry.
No doubt. Shout out to Terry. Shout out to Mooney, who's always been a cool dude back in Chicago, soft-spoken playmaker. But, watching the game, it was a Buccaneers type of night. And I know it was in Atlanta, but Baker looked like a superstar. He's throwing touchdowns to everybody. Mike Evans making history, 100th touchdown, throws it to some Bucs fans in the stands. It just was shaping up as their night. And then the Falcons were just so much better in the second half and so relentless. And Cousins throws for 500 yards. And now we're like, man, is this going to be a thing? Is Kirk Cousins' third act or fourth act or whatever act he's on right now going to be a thing? Because he looked great. He really did. And he looked comfortable and looked like they had weapons. And it's very encouraging for Atlanta. I have to double back to the hero of the night, because I said during the highlight that I thought it was amusing that KhaDarel Hodge was carried off the field. You just don't see players carried off the field in the NFL very much, but it's because of the context and some of what Steve alluded to. The players know and the teammates know, and certainly Baker knows what this guy's been through. Just a brief history, guys. He started out as a quarterback at Alcorn State, like Steve McNair back in the day. Leaves Alcorn State. He is at a community college, finally playing wide receiver. Then he goes to Prairie View A&M in Texas, is very productive for the Panthers. He goes undrafted. He gets signed with the Rams, cut. He goes to the Browns, injured reserve. He gets COVID, let go. Goes to the Lions, let go. He's playing special teams. He's forging his way through this career and making plays and earning respect. But then last night, Drake London had to leave the game twice, 2 separate times. And both times, KhaDarel Hodge came in and made a play. And we love the superstars and we love the wide receivers. And Mike Evans is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And yet after the game, the emotion and the palpable shock at what just happened from KhaDarel Hodge is why we tune in. This was awesome.
Yeah, you asked Kyle.
About that final play and that final drive, like, did you know that was coming to you with the first look?
No, I like I said, I can't make this up. It still, to me, feels like a movie right now. I checked in one play and go to the crib. Me, KhaDarel. Man, I don't know what to say. Like I said, when I scored, I crossed the line. I kind of blacked out, and I seen the guys coming, and I came back, and like I said, you can't make this up. It's like a movie to me right now.
How cool is that? One play to the crib. It's like a movie. It's a happy movie, KhaDarel. We're happy for you. Amazing history and a great player. Put in the work. Keep making runs and special teams and make plays. You can have a night on Amazon. We have scored the game-winning touchdown, one play to the crib. It's just awesome. Happy for him.
It's just so awesome. You know, I'm an HBCU graduate, Howard University, Prairie View's an HBCU, and I remember when Hodge was with the Rams, I used to talk to him about, you know, the HBCU life and things like that, and to see him shine, that's fantastic. Real quick, and this is a shout-out to GMFB and how much love we get from the NFL. And I'm going to spill a little text tea right here.
Do it.
We just talked about the defensive head coaches and some of the things they're doing. Well, Raheem Morris, the winning head coach for the Atlanta Falcons, who's watching, just texted me and said, I'm a both coach. Remember, he did coach wide receivers and DBs on both sides of the ball. Raheem, you're a hell of a coach. Right now, your second act as a head coach there at Atlanta is off to a fantastic start. Thanks for watching.
Oh, man.